Hoi hoi, it's louisity again, and I'm going to share to you my top 5 greatest books read in 2022. Hooray! So, how did I come up with my top 5 greatest books read in 2022 list? Well, first I grouped them according to the ratings that I gave, and y'all know that I give ratings in the increments of 0.25. So for greatest reads, for you to be considered a great read, you have to get a score of 4.5 and above. So looking into my Goodreads, shelves, I see that I only had like 5 that made it to that mark. In other words, I round up my ratings, so only like 5-star reads, but not all of them are like 5 out of 5 flat, so you'll find out more once you watch this video. And to do some sort of a tiebreaker, my basis was like their overall Goodreads score. So I had help of Goodreads for this one. So want to find out what were the greatest books that I read in 2022. So let's begin watching this video and I'm going to talk about them. So at number 5 we have The Henna Wars by Adiba Jaigirdar. Now I really love this book. I really enjoyed what it's all about. So this follows the story of Nisha, and she has this like sort of a business school project, and she came up with an idea of actually doing an henna wars. But Flavia, like her crush, decided to come up with having a henna tattoo store with the help of her cousin China. So there's a little bit of a friendly competition. There's probably some sort of an enemies to lovers trope right over there. It does deal about one's identity, which is one of the things that I'm interested in terms of reading. Books. This book I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and the overall Goodreads rating is at 3.99. It's definitely a wonderful one. It's underrated. I hope that you folks read it. And if you're the type of person who is particular when it comes to looking for characters, and if you're looking for a Bangladeshi character, whether you're looking for somebody who is diasporic Bangladeshi, or even of somebody of a Bangladeshi descent, this is a good one to read. So if you're looking for something like that, and if you're looking for another sapphic love story, this would be a great one for you. At number 4 we have Bola Bola by Anno. Now I filmed a reading vlog of this with my thoughts throughout my journey, and I really loved it. I really enjoyed how it made me revisit those like good old elementary, high school days in a Catholic school. Well, I just remembered, of course, the good memories that came with it, and I gave this book like 4.75 out of 5 stars, and the overall Goodreads rating is 4.11. Okay, for our top 3 now, top 3, 2, and 1, it boiled down to the Goodreads ratings, and the fight was really close. Their scores weren't like too far from one another. They were very close, I have to tell you. And just to let you know, they all got 5 out of 5 stars. And for their top 3, it would have to be Slay by Brittany Moyes. I love like the way the game was built, and I love the fact that even if it was focusing on the characters, you get to see like their characterization and their circumstances being flushed out really well. That's for some reason you're like hoping to get more, but the story itself is enough. So it's really a cool thing about it. And this follows the story of our character Kiara, who is a game developer, and she created this game that is something that a lot of Black people would be able to access and enjoy. And the only way that they can like play the game is that they can only enter like a passcode that Black people know. And then one day there was this like troll that just came in because there was something that happened in Kansas City. A crime happened, unfortunately, and because of that a troll came and was harassing our main character. And I just love the characterization of like each of the characters that were mentioned throughout the chapter, because You know, you get to see like different facets or different challenges of like, you know, different kinds of black people basically, and it's really amazing about it to read stories like these. Like, you know, people of color, not monolith, we all have different characterizations and circumstances involved that, you know, distinguishes us from one another, but yet there's something about us that unites us. So I just want to say that out there because hopefully that would help. And I gave this book 5 out of 5, and the overall rating for this one is 4.24. So the overall Goodreads rating of it is 4.24. Top 2 is Shah and the Song of Death. Now, I would have to say that this is one of the best sequels that I've ever read in a series in my entire life. I have a reading vlog of it, and y'all will see how happy I was, and I think that this deserves much more hype, much more love. Shah, in the end of time, it was fine, it was a good start, but this one like leveled up, it really intensified my reading experience, and I'm just so happy and so proud that I was able to read this. I give this book 5 out of 5. The overall Goodreads rating is 4.33, but I think it deserves more, and I'm definitely excited to read Shah and the Tree of Wishes and the succeeding books. I already have it. If you've watched my book haul, I've already hauled it, and I'm just like so happy. This book brings me good vibes. Like, it does bring me good vibes. And the top 1 book that I read in 2022, the top 1 greatest book that I read in 2022, and I'm so proud that this was the first book that I read in 2022, and that is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys or Ruta Sepetys. Yeah, I think it's Sepetys. Comment down below on how it is being pronounced. But anyway, now this book is a book that I read for BLouRay Book Club. Actually, Slay was also a book that I read for BLouRay Book Club, and oh my goodness, like, I love the way that it makes you contemplate about certain things that happen in Russia and Lithuania, or what happened between Russia and Lithuania, you know, the Russian Empire. It's going to spark curiosity for you to know more about them, to know more about like the gulags that happened, Stalin, you know, it's going to make you want to learn more about it. I think that's the cool thing about fiction books. You may not entirely know everything about something, or it may not exactly be the reference that you would be looking into when you talk about like certain events or issues that are happening in our society, but I think that it can spark curiosity, and it can unleash the wisdom in people, unleash that curiosity to unleash the wisdom, if y'all know what I'm talking about. And Ruta Sepetys or Ruta Sepetys was able to just you know, you can really tell that she's doing a lot of research, or she's really being invested with her writings, and I think a lot of writers are, and this one is an epitome of like not only the person is invested, but like it will spark you know thought. It would make you contemplate. It's thought-provoking. That's the word or the phrase. You know, I definitely recommend it, and I was like, oh my god, it's been a while since I read it. I know that Phil Borgs had this as a book of the month, and I wasn't really ready to read it. I didn't cry though. I felt a little bit more emotional when I read The Nightingale, but I have to say that this one was just like, it was like smooth sailing. I was like, okay, why did this person do it? It's gonna make you think about like how the decisions were like made, and like why do people make those decisions? Why do people have to, you know, sort of make some sacrifices, or you know, dealing with betrayals? There's just so many emotions when it comes to this book. It will be unleashed out of you. It will be unleashed, okay? It will be unleashed. The overall Goodreads rating of Between Shades of Grey is 4.37. Feel free to comment down below the greatest book that you read, or the greatest books that you read in 2022. What were those that were memorable? What were those that surprised you, that made a great impact? Feel free to comment them down below. And if you've made it this far, leave a crown emoji, because we need to give ourselves a crown for reading great books. And If you folks like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon somewhere down there to keep yourselves posted about my videos. And also put down links and handles of my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me there as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Always be thankful and unleash the reader in you. Bye y'all. Mwah.